Okay, Umar, welcome to your PDF. Let's start your full mock for JKPSC Assistant Engineer post. You are from mechanical engineering background.
Yes, sir.
So introduce yourself first.
My name is Umar Das. I am from Pulwama district of J&K. I have completed B.Tech and M.Tech from NITIE Srinagar in 2014 and 2016. After that, I worked as a junior research fellow at IIT at Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay for 6 months. However, I got an opportunity to work as an assistant professor under the central government's project that was called Technical Education Quality Improvement Program. Work as an assistant professor at Islamic University of Science and Technology. So currently, this project ran for 4 years, after which I was retained as contractual lecturer.
Okay. So you are still working there?
No, actually, sir, in the last month, the university has gone for the new recruitment. And some of the faculty members got it stayed from the Honorable High Court. So I'm not working there at this point of time.
Okay, you are not working.
Yes, sir, for the last 1 month only. I have been working there for the last 5 years, but for the last 1 month, I'm not working there.
Okay, Umar, what is your hobbies? What you like to do in your free time?
Sir, I actually play football and also spend time with my kids.
You like to play football?
Yes, sir.
Who's the captain of Indian football team?
Sir, captain of Indian football team?
Yes.
Sir, I actually forgot. Sir, I remember his name. He's from Northeast.
Sunil Chhetri.
Sunil Chhetri, yes, sir.
Okay. You know that it's Heroes एक league है football league like
Yes,
IPL.
Hero ISL, Indian Super League.
Indian Soccer League. So, how many teams in that league?
Sir, I actually do not follow that league. So I follow football. I mean some
Okay.
English Premier League or this
English League.
Spanish Club League or this Champions League. Sir, I do not follow this Indian Super League.
No problem. JNK की population कितनी है?
Sir, it's around 70 lakhs with 40 lakhs in Kashmir and Kashmir province and 30 lakhs in Jammu province.
Jammu province. 70 lakhs. अच्छा, पश्मीना सॉल होती है. पश्मीना किस चीज का बना होता है?
सर, पश्मीना शॉल.
हाँ, जम्मू श्रीनगर की तो फेमस है ये. JNK की, कश्मीर की तो फेमस है ना ये पश्मीना शॉल. या पश्मीना शॉल उधर की फेमस है, हिमाचल की?
Yes, sir, it's famous, but I do not know which material it is made. But sir, I can guess if you will allow me.
हाँ, बताइए.
Sir, there is some most, I don't know, sir, I can't remember, sorry.
ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम. अच्छा उमर, आप पढ़ाते थे स्टूडेंट्स को, तो पढ़ाते हुए आप कैसे मोटिवेट करते थे स्टूडेंट्स को? क्या आपका रहता था कि हाउ डू यू मोटिवेट देम कि आप ये करोगे तो ये होगा, वो करोगे तो ये होगा?
Sir, actually, I used various techniques whenever I felt that students are not motivated. For example, I will always try to demonstrate the theoretical topics with the experimental ones. I would also take students outdoors whenever it was necessary, or whenever I felt that something can be learned outside. And as far as theory is concerned, we always told them that it's better to study and get good grades. And also kept them motivated. For example, when I was teaching, I would also, whenever I felt that students are feeling bored, I would tell them some funny or a nice joke, small one, but I used to do it often whenever I felt students are getting bored or feeling demotivated.
Okay. So who's the Rashtrapati of right now, Indian name of Rashtrapati?
It is Mrs. Draupadi Murmu.
Draupadi Murmu.
Yes, sir.
आपको पता है किस स्टेट से बिलोंग करती है?
Sir, I do not know from which state she belongs. Sir, I think I believe she is from the or this tribal
Odisha.
tribal people. Yes, sir.
She is from Odisha.
Okay.
अच्छा, इस बार 26 जनवरी में who was the guest of honor?
Sir, it was this president of Egypt. President of Egypt was the, yes, sir. President of Egypt.
Okay. अच्छा, मेरे मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर हैं, तो मेरे को एक चीज बताइए, क्या रीजन होता है उसके पीछे कि जो मोटर जो व्हीकल होता है, व्हीकल की एफिशिएंसी हिल एरिया पे ड्रॉप हो जाती है और प्लेन एरिया पे हाई होती है?
Sir, hill areas में because of lower pressure or lower availability of oxygen, the fuel air mixture that goes into this engine will not have enough oxygen to burn the fuel, so the efficiency might decrease because of that, because of less concentration of oxygen in the air.
Okay. So now sir will take for technical. Okay,
Yes.
Gaurav sir, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, Umar Das, can you
Yes.
just tell me what's your technical strength?
Sir, actually, I have some basic knowledge of all the subjects, but since I have been a teacher, I have taught engineering mechanics, dynamics, solid mechanics, and theory of machines. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Also, I have taught some other subjects.
Okay, what is the difference between the moment of inertia and the inertia?
Sir, inertia is the property of mass. So inertia is related with force, and moment of inertia is associated with the body that has a tendency to rotate. So I think this is the difference between inertia and moment of inertia.
What is the difference between the mass moment of inertia or area of moment of inertia? In which condition we are using that?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, mass moment of inertia is associated when body is in rotational motion, whereas area moment of inertia is used in structural problems. For example, when we are calculating or trying to find the bending stress associated with any cross section.
I know about the radius of gyration.
But again, radius of gyration can also be used in both the cases. So it is the minimum. Actually, it is the minimum distance at which the entire mass is expected to be located if it is to have the same moment of inertia as the body itself when it has this distributed mass.
Okay, what is the difference between a truss and a structure?
Truss and structure.
Yeah.
Sir, truss is also a structural structure. And structure can, however, it consists of many elements. For example, it can have elements in the form of small rods that are pinned together. Whereas a structure can be anything like a bridge or a beam, or for that matter, a bar element can be a structure element. So truss will be a structure element with many elements that are connected in such a way that it takes the load only. Sir, it takes the axial load only. Truss elements take axial.
What do you mean by a consistent and inconsistent truss?
Sir, consistent and inconsistent truss. Sir, I'm not sure, but I think the consistent truss is one which is determinate, and inconsistent one is within that truss which is indeterminate.
What is the meaning of determinate and indeterminate?
So determinate will be if the equilibrium equations will be enough and to analyze the truss completely for the compression or for the compression or the tension in its members. While as indeterminate will be
I
one.
don't know about the one equation we just always write in the case of truss, m equals to 2j minus 3.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know about it.
Yes, sir. I have heard about it. M is equal to 2j minus 3. It's used to determine the determinacy of the truss.
So can you tell me what is the m, what is the j, why we write only the 3 here? Can we write instead of 3, 4, 1, 2, anything, or only the 3?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have tried 3 only, but sir, I'm not sure. But I know that M is the number of members and J is the number of joints. But I don't know why 3 is written, sir. But it has probably to do something with the degree of freedom of the truss.
Just defining what do you mean by degree of freedom?
Sir, if we define the degree of freedom with respect to structure.
What is the degree of freedom? Just tell me that one.
Sir, degree of freedom will be the number of independent parameters that should be controlled independently to bring the, for example, if we are speaking about a mechanism, to bring the mechanism into action. Or if, for example, in vibrations, sir, we define it in different terms, degree of freedom. For example, in vibrations,
I am not getting what you want to say actually. How can you say that? What is the meaning of degree of freedom? What it represent actually?
sir, it represents the number of independent external variables that should be controlled.
What do you mean by kinematic chain?
Kinematic chain is a closed chain. So that's what we call a kinematic chain. That's made up of many elements. We can say these numbers, but that's closed actually. So it is joined in such a way, and it consists of only lower pairs.
What do you mean by Grashoff's law?
Grashoff's law states that the motion of a 4-bar chain will be only possible if the sum of smallest and the longest links is less or equal to the sum of other 2 links.
Okay. If this law is not satisfied, if sum of the shortest plus longest should be greater than the other 2 links, then what will happen?
Actually, the mechanism cannot be brought into action, which means that none of the links will be able to make a complete rotation in the 4-bar chain.
We have a 3 drives, just like a belt drives, chain drives, and a gear drives. And both are using, all of them are using for the power transmission. But what actually the difference between them? How can you classify in which application which drive is going to be used, and in which application which drive is used?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, if it depends upon the availability of space and the power to be transmitted. For example, if we need to transmit high power and the space available is very small, so we might go with the positive gear drive. Similarly, if we have enough space and we need to transmit power over a long distance, we can use the belt drive if we have the medium power to be transmitted. Again, the chain drive can be used when we have to transmit power over long distances, and we just need to rotate two shafts or two wheels, for example, in the bicycle. Then we can use the chain drive, which is again a positive drive.
What is the difference between the flywheel and a governor?
A flywheel actually reduces the fluctuations within the cycle of an engine. For example, when the engine is moving, it has four strokes. Only one of them produces power. So only one of them produces power, and hence these fluctuations in power are then taken by the flywheel. I mean, it absorbs energy when more energy is available from the engine, and it gives energy when lesser energy is available from this engine. However, a governor, sir, will control the speed based on the external load. It will change this the supply of fuel to the engine in such a way so that the constant supply of, or we can say constant speed is maintained depending upon the external load. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just asking I have two types of flywheel. One is having the solid mass and a circular disc. And another one is a flywheel which is having a just form a ring.
Yes, sir.
And there is some spokes. So if I want to use any of them, so how can you say that which one is going to be used?
Sir, it depends upon the mass moment of inertia.
Both are having the same mass.
Sir, then we will use the one that's less costly. So if we have this ring type, then that will be less costly, and also it depends upon the stresses that develop in the flywheel when it rotates due to the centrifugal force. We will use the one that is less costly and that will be able to withstand the stresses that are developed. They have the same mass moment of inertia.
Okay, Umar, what's your interview date?
But it is day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. मेरा सजेशन थोड़ा सा आपको ये रहेगा कि प्लीज एक बार थोड़ी चीजों को रिवाइज करो, है ना? As you say that you are a faculty, so I think so कि the things you are just told me and just the answer you are just giving me, it's not be a proper. एक जो proper sequence होना चाहिए, जो answer आने चाहिए, वो आपके उस लेवल तक नहीं आ रहे, है ना? To the point नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा घुमाए हैं, और maximum answer appropriate नहीं है, to be frank, है ना? सो अब आपको जितना टाइम बच रहा है, अगर टेक्निकल, जितना मुझे पता चला कि जेकेपीएससी में दे आर जस्ट आस्किंग द टेक्निकल इंस्टेड ऑफ द अदर्स थिंग्स, मेनली वो जेकेपीएससी में टेक्निकल पे ज्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं. तो आई थिंक सो यू शुड हैव रिवाइज द सब्जेक्ट व्हाटएवर यू आर जस्ट चूजिंग, है ना? मैंने जैसे आपसे जितने भी क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं टेक्निकल में ना, आई एम ओनली सेटिस्फाइड विद 1 or 2 क्वेश्चंस, नॉट मोर देन दिस.
Okay, sir. Can you tell me, sir, about some questions that?
क्वेश्चंस बेटा देखो, क्वेश्चन की कोई वो लिमिट नहीं है.
नहीं सर, मैं कहता हूँ जो आपने सर पूछे, मतलब इनके आंसर्स थोड़ा सा.
हाँ,
जो आपने क्वेश्चंस पूछे ना सर उनके आंसर्स, मतलब
उनके आंसर्स के लिए आप मुझे या तो फोन कर लेना जब आपके पास फ्री टाइम हो, कल दिन में कर लेना. एक आध दो पूछने तो आई कैन टेल यू, बट आई हैव अनदर मॉक एट आफ्टर 5 minutes.
Yes,
so it's not be possible to give me each and every answer, so you can just call me अगर आपको किसी में डाउट आता है तो.
इसका जो है ना ट्रस्ट का जो आपने बोला m = 2j-3 और डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम
ये m = 2j-3, ये जो 3 लेते हैं वो नंबर ऑफ रिएक्शंस से लेते हैं, है ना? रिएक्शंस पे डिपेंड करता है कितनी रिएक्शंस हैं कितनी नहीं है. तो यहाँ पे मान के चलते हैं कि 3 रिएक्शंस है, तो इसलिए हम m = 2j-3 लेते हैं. अगर हम सपोर्ट्स अलग तरीके की प्रोवाइड करें तो 3 कैन बी चेंज्ड. ठीक है?
यस सर. ओके सर. सर जो ये है
आप पूछो.
सर आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं? व्हाट विल बी योर सजेशन?
मेरा सजेशन ये, थोड़ा सा एक बार सब्जेक्ट रिवाइज करो.
यस सर, आई एम अबाउट दिस जनरल स्टडीज.
क्योंकि आप देखो डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम को भी अच्छे से नहीं बता पा रहे थे, ग्रास ऑफ लॉ आपने सही नहीं बताया.
Regression of law, I think I was correct. I mean,
करेक्ट था, लेकिन जब मैंने कहा कि इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड देन,
सर वही तब मैंने बोला ना कि then none of the links will be able to meet.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, यू आर जस्ट गेटिंग द डबल रॉकर मैकेनिज्म if you are just studied that, if the law is not satisfied and you are just getting the double rocker mechanism, ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि लिंक जोड़ेंगे नहीं।
यस सर, सर वही हो गया ना कि कोई लिंक फुल रोटेशन नहीं करेगा। ओके सर, ठीक।
तो रॉकर मैकेनिज्म तो है ना।
यस सर, यस सर, डबल
ऐसा तो है नहीं कि वो पॉसिबल नहीं है ना, even though you are not correctly define the kinematic chain.
काइनेटिक चेन को कैसे मैं डिफाइन करूं? फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट्स अ चेन, इट मींस it has lower pairs and forms a closed chain.
A chain is said to be kinematic chain when first of all कि जब भी मैं links को joint कर रहा हूँ, first link is connected to the last link directly or indirectly, either the directly connected to the last link or indirectly, and the motion between any two of them is a constrained motion, then a chain is said to be a kinematic chain. ये आपका जो constrained motion वाला word था, ये आपके में कहीं आया ही नहीं।
Yes sir,
है ना, तो ये सब मिसिंग था। तो अब ये सारी चीजें बहुत है ना, तो थोड़ा सा आप एक बार रिवाइज करोगे, देन यू विल बी फील कॉन्फिडेंट, है ना।
ओके ओके सर,
नाउ द सर विल गिव यू द फीडबैक।
ठीक है।
यस उमर
जी सर।
एक तो बीच में बोलते हुए ना आप क्या फैकल्टी मेंबर हैं, आपने पढ़ाया भी है, ठीक है ना सर। तो आपको ऐसे नहीं बोलना बीच में, कोई जैसे कोई क्वेश्चन में आप तो बोल रहे थे कि सर आई एम नॉट एग्जैक्टली नो, कैन आई गैस, ठीक है ना सर। तो जो टेक्निकल चीज में है ना, अगर आपने पढ़ा है उसके बारे में कभी भूला है तो आप उसको दूसरे तरीके से बोलना है उसको, ऐसे। हाँ, उसको आपको ऐसे कहना है कि सर राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग दैट सिचुएशन जो आपका आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा है, बट I can I guess कि how will approach, क्या मैं इसको गैस कर सकता हूँ आंसर को, तो आपको तब उसमें बोलना है, क्योंकि आप सीधे ऐसे बोलोगे तो आपको लग रहा है कि आप अपना उसमें तुक्का फिट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो। तुक्का समझते हो ना, कि यू वांट टू फिट योर, मतलब गैस की गैस वर्क आप फिट करना चाह रहे हो, जैसे कोई क्वेश्चन, ठीक है ना। इसको आपको पता है कि इसका टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन, अभी मेरे को बिल्कुल टेक्निकल आंसर इसका राइट नाउ अभी मेरे को पता नहीं, लेकिन मैंने पहले पढ़ा था कि कुछ ऐसा होता है, तो उसमें आपको फिर वो कहना पड़ेगा, ठीक है।
यस सर, यस।
हाँ, दूसरा आपको भाई इसके बारे में, एक तो HR के लिए GNK के बारे में, हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है।
यस
और अभी करंट में क्या चल रहा है, ठीक है ना।
यस सर।
और क्या बोलते हैं अपना करंट अफेयर इंडिया के बारे में सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए, आइडिया होना चाहिए कि जैसे अभी लेटेस्ट 26 जनवरी का हुआ तो वो आपने सही बताया था, इजिप्ट के प्रेसिडेंट थे, ठीक है ना। राष्ट्रपति हमारे गवर्नर अपने के स्टेट का, तो राष्ट्रपति मैडम जो है उड़ीसा, अब तो आपको पता ही चल गया, ठीक है।
यस सर।
और कॉन्फिडेंस में आपकी कोई कमी नहीं है, आप जो है वो सही आंसर कर रहे हो, उसमें ऐसा कोई वो नहीं है, ठीक है। टेक्निकल आंसर करते हुए, क्योंकि आप पढ़ा रहे हैं तो दे विल एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम यू कि आप यू विल गिव द बेटर आंसर।
यस सर।
ये उनका इनहेरेंट एक वो आ जाएगा, क्योंकि आपको 4 साल का टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस है।
यस सर, यस।
क्योंकि क्वेश्चन कोई स्टूडेंट पूछता होगा तो आपको उस क्वेश्चन को बीच में से कोई भी एड्रेप्टिव कोई क्वेश्चन पूछता तो उसको आंसर तो आप करते ही होंगे ना, किसी न किसी तरीके से लिंक करते ही होंगे उसको।
यस सर, यस।
तो वो सब चीजों को बताने का थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस में ये लाना है कि सर राइट नाउ आई डोंट नो एग्जैक्ट आंसर बिकॉज मैं थोड़ा सा स्लिप हो रहा दिमाग से, कैन आई गैस, इसके बारे में गैस कर सकता हूँ, या फिर कि ट्राई कर सकता हूँ, कैन आई ट्राई, ऐसे बोल के फिर आपको आंसर।
यस सर,
ठीक है।
यस सर, यस।
चलो, गुड लक उमर। वैसे कोई कॉन्फिडेंस में कोई कमी नहीं है, ऐसे इसको मेंटेन करके रखो, ऐसा कोई कुछ नहीं है कि टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन कोई और भी दूसरे भी पूछ सकते हैं जो आपको आते हो, तो उसको ऐसे वो नहीं लेना, जो सर ने बोला उसको सजेशन को पॉजिटिव वे में लेके अपनी पढ़ाई को करना है, ठीक है।
यस सर।
चलो, good luck Umar, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.